Kettle's boiling. Let's pour ourselves a cup of tea. Ooh, it's hot. The fire burns away from it. Hi guys, got a little unboxing for you today. And actually got some notes taken. I started, just cut the top of the box here, and as often when some of these products come, inside the box is another box. And we'll struggle and get that one out of there. This company contacted me not long ago, actually, through Instagram, and they started following me on Instagram. I started looking at their products, and I liked what I was seeing there, and they then contacted me and asked me if I'd like to try one of their stoves. And here is the stove. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Soomloom stoves. It's a titanium folding stove, and everything's in this case. So just have a look, see what's in there. It's actually says the stove has actually got secondary combustion, which you find on some of the higher end stoves. I'll put a link to the stove on Amazon in the description down below. But basically, here's your stove. We're going to unfold this now and see what it is. I don't think we'll get a burn in today. It's about a -20 outdoors with a wind chill. And with the wind that's blowing, we got to get one of these chimneys, and it's got to be rolled out. And I don't know if you've seen these. I've seen some videos where people have done this and it's worked like a charm, and I've seen people have nightmares with them. And I'll be totally honest, I'm scared to death to start it, but we're going to give it a try. So here's your smoke arrestor, your rings for your chimney, and this is a full 8-foot long chimney, guys. So it's got to be folded, unfolded, and here's your damper for your stove. So let's get into the parts of the stove here. So everything's all together right now. This strap, I got the instructions, exactly what you got to put together there. Styrofoam. Okay. Apparently, the top, I shouldn't bang that. The top here can be put on or taken off, because you can use this as a open fire pit if you like. So we'll look at that as we go here. Okay, I see something I like already. The glass, side glass. I can put that on either side. It was worrying me because the pictures that I had seen, it was on the right side, and on the right side for my tent would be facing the wall. So that just folds in there like that. I really like how I'm seeing this go together, because I've seen some of these where you got to fold in. Okay, I guess that's it. Folding in there. Your legs fold out. But I've seen some of these that you got to fold. Guys, this is new to me as well here right now, so bear with me. But as you can see, I've seen some of these where you got to put things in, you got to move levers, latches. Didn't seem to have to do any of that. It's got a glass on the side, which is something I didn't get in my last stove, and I've sort of regretted since then. Okay. Okay, so it fits down over top like so. I'm really liking what I'm seeing on quality wise here, guys. Okay, guys, the chimney is going to go on here, which has got a damper on it. And okay, just trying to see how this damper would work. Yeah, open and close. Got to screw that on there. I'm thinking there's screws here somewhere for that. Okay, I was a little concerned here, guys. I'll be honest. I was starting to look at it. I really liked the way it went together, but I wasn't seeing any screws. And I'm thinking, like, yeah, I can see this here being loose type thing. I know it can come off, but I should have checked all the parts first. So anyway, we'll get into the parts bag here. Move the stove back a bit. Okay, so here's your rings, titanium rings to go on your chimney. It's down the bag, and you've got a bag of screws there. I'm going to get a little bottle container to put these in the stove in future, but it's going to be the same ones for everything by the looks of it. So we'll screw it there. That there. And there. Okay. That's for the damper control. I'll show that closer in a bit. And you got 4 screws that hold it together. To your 4 corners. Gotta put these in and tight. Okay. So again, guys, in time I'll do a review on the operation of the stove. I can't really well do that for you today. I'll give you my opinion on that because we won't be lighting it today right now. I'm not sure, maybe later on in this video. If it is, the video will continue on into tomorrow when we get a more sensible day to be outside, because it's drifting snow out there now, and basically it's not fit to be out. Okay guys, here's your stove. Basically what you got here, she's 16, almost 16.9 inches long, 8.5 inches, 8.62 inches wide, and the height without the chimney right now, yeah, it's definitely from the floor, is the 11.25 inches. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the height of the actual stove burning chamber is about 8 inches as well, so it's roughly 8 by 8, roughly square there. You see, nice big opening for the door, and here's your damper control there, so that you can easily just slide that open and close. It's got a glass on the side, and depending on how you put the stove together, you can have the glass on either side. You can take the two sides and interchange them. For me, this is the way the stove would be in my tent, with the glass air facing out into the tent. So I'll get maximum heat transfer into the tent, which is something I've been lacking on my other stove. So I'm hoping this is going to resolve some of my issues with heating type thing. I'll get more heat from the stove and not gone up the chimney. So anyway, we'll see. So now we'll get into the fun part. We're going to have a look at that chimney and see if we can't unroll that. They actually sent a pair of gloves to use. I'm thinking for more than anything it's probably handling that chimney because a little snug. Because those chimneys, it's titanium and it's thin. There's not a lot of weight to it. And so here's your chimney in a nutshell. Right now they got a band on it. I'm thinking this is probably going to be the band. I'm going to have a quick look at the instructions there. This is probably going to be the band that's going to be used to store the chimney after the fact. Now I watched some videos on this and I'm hoping I get it right because this stuff is, as you can see, is really, really thin. And apparently you start off by rolling it, and you can see this easier this way. So this is how it came out, it's all rolled. So you start off by rolling it in the opposite direction. And once this is all done and you do your pre-burn, the metal titanium creates a memory, and it's much easier to do second time. If I can see myself in the field with a storm of wind, it's being a torture. So we'll see how she goes. Okay, so I got it rolled in the opposite direction, and I've seen or heard or read people say, okay, you hold it like this for about 20 seconds or so. So we'll fast forward 20 seconds and we'll go to the next stage. Okay guys, now I got it rolled in the opposite direction. Now we're going to roll it out straight onto the floor. I'll take our rings and wish me luck. So I may have to take off my gloves because I cannot. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Wear your gloves. Just roll it back here a bit because you want the edge square here, and we'll slide that over your starter rester over that, so that's going to hold this piece in place. And it back slowly here. Okay. Hey guys. Fast forward a little bit of that there. I don't know what I got on the floor trying to operate the camera. I'm not going to say it was easy. It wasn't. Tedious. Wasn't. And I'm not going to say it was hard. It wasn't hard. It was tedious. You got to be very, very careful not to kink the pipe when you're doing it. The initial roll is the most important roll. But, and then, I do have my pipe here, it's about 8 feet. So if I put that on the stove, stands about 10 feet high. I don't have a 10-foot ceiling here. I barely got a 7-foot ceiling here. So anyway, we're gonna get this on the stove. Next important step, it's on the stove and the first burn. It's very always important to get a first burn outdoors somewhere with these stoves before you go putting it inside the tent. There's a lot of chemicals used and coatings to the initial process of making these stoves, and when that initially burns off, it's not good to have inside your lungs, so you don't want an enclosed area. So guys, we got the chimney together and the stove is together, which was really quickly. I'll go through that process again in a future video when we're putting it up. Basically, you got 7 screws. You got 3 in your baffle that's on the stove, which you use to control your flow right there, and 1 in each corner when she's put together. So again, this is a unboxing, assembly, and burn-in video. The review videos will come later when I get a chance to use this. I'm not going to say it's a great stove. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's a bad stove. I don't know. I like the look of the stove. It's a good grade titanium. Actually, when it was on the way, after talking to him, I was a little bit concerned how thin it might be, because some of these folding stoves, there's not much to them, and I've seen some videos where they haven't been the greatest, but I'm seeing here now this one seems to be sealed in good around here. The doors, everything looks good. The baffle air seems to close good. Doors seals good. Everything is, legs fold out on it, so it appears to be a nice stove, really good quality. So in time will tell on how well it is. Right now, I'm pleased with the look of the stove. I'm pleased with the fact that I even got this rolled up. More than pleased with myself. I think I'll go have a drink or something just to celebrate. And our next step is going to be happening tomorrow, but with a bit of magic and videography. That'll be right. And just like that, we're outside. And here's the stove. I'm not going to lie, getting that chimney on there, getting this band around and tighten up here with this thing wasn't easy. So I go on up here, the spark arrestor, and I had to cheat a little bit. What I had to do was actually I had to put some tape on the top to keep the shape. I get around so the sun's a bit better. Not gonna lie, it wasn't easy getting that on there, that chimney. Get it on out over to get the clamp on down below. It's way more firmer when I do that, but of course it would twist and as a result the spark arrestor wouldn't fit square on the top here, so sort of had to cheat a little bit, put a little bit of tape on the pipe. It's my understanding once this pipe gets burnt in and gets a memory, this is way easier to do. At least I hope so. So anyway, we're getting ready to do a burn in now, and we'll get a fire going. And I think we might even have a cook up. The wind started to pick up, so I only have one guy. You can see it there. Just a wire down to the fence here, so that just to keep the chimney steady. It is the chimney is a bit more rugged than I thought it was, but it's still pretty thin. You really still gotta watch what you're doing. And again, I'm hoping that after the burn in creates the memory and it holds shape a little better. So anyway, let's get a fire going. So what I got done right here, I got some birch bark, little bits of scrap wood from different woodwork projects I've done lately, and some wood there. Now I had to dig the wood out of the snow this morning because I don't burn wood at home, so I didn't have any available that was dry. Hindsight. So anyway, let's see what she does. Okay, get the damper open up. Get some birch bark in there. Get that going first. No ferro rod this morning. Okay, take two on a lighter. See if we get into what it works this time. Something I did notice yesterday when I did the unboxing, and I think this is where it gets a second burn. Here on the side, there's also a drafter. Goes the full length of it, and the walls on this thing is double, and there's a line of holes on top, so the burns are here with inside. Anyway, I think that's the way it works. Wood is fairly dry, so it should burn good. Should. We got smoke going up the chimney anyway. Like I said, this wood, some of this wood is full of snow, but that should dry up in with the dry stuff. I'm liking the bigger door size there. Bigger wood in. Let's hold her up and get some heat in there. I guess a sunny day is not the best to show how well fire's burning inside the stove because it's pretty bright. But as you can see there, through that glass, she is going pretty good. Yeah, right now you're not going to see much through that side glass with a bright day like this. Plus there's a lot of smoke initially in the inside there when I got her going. Suited everything up. Okay, I'm starting to see some discoloration on the stove, which is good. I'm going to open up this side drafter there now. See what difference that makes. Don't see any smoke around here, which is a good sign. Never good to see smoke coming up around your chimney. And slowly seeing some change in the chimney. I'm going to get some good heat going there now. Well, that should the discoloration should happen a little quicker. See a little bit there on the sides already. Yeah, she's burning good there now, guys. Of course, she's wide open. More discoloration. Okay, she's starting to discolor now the way she should when she burns in. We really got to get some heat going up that chimney. Get that to do his thing. I'll be tending to her for today. I'll take a few pictures along the way and insert the pictures as she discolors. Well, guys, Got a nice hot stove. She's all burned in, or she's discolored good. So what else should we do? Let's boil the kettle and have a cup of tea. Yeah, the kettle's dancing already. Excited to be on the stove. Guys, I'm surprised how fast the kettle's starting to heat up. Seems like we get a lot more heat than my other little stove. The kettle hasn't been on there long now, but she's starting to steam already, so we're going to get a couple tea bags in there now and we'll get a cup of tea on the go. And I think there's some moose sausages that's going to end up on there before I finish today. Okay. Get a couple of tea bags in there. I got a wire on my kettle on my cover here because quite often I'll carry this one outside hooked on my bag, and that's just to keep from losing it really, and even losing it in the fire if I cook over a fire. Not a big deal on the stove. Alright guys, you see, kettle's boiling. Been boiling for a little bit there now. So let's pour ourselves a cup of tea. Now, let's get the frying pan on. Ooh, it's hot. Okay. Frying pan was in the snow there, so got a little bit of snow on the bottom. It's melting off there. Alright. Now, let's see what's going in the frying pan today. I think I already said what's going in the pan. But we got some moose sausages there. Yeah, Oktoberfest. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. Guys, I guess this is proof. You don't have to go far outdoors as long as you get outdoors and get the fresh air. Of course, I got smoke billowing across me now, so it's not all that fresh, but this is even better than sitting up inside the house watching the TV. So we got some moose sausages on the fry there now, so we burn in the stove. We're just taking advantage of that. Hopefully the next time I light it, it's probably going to be in my tent, and probably not too far from now. But anyway, we're going to have a cup of tea, we're going to have a few moose sausages, and enjoy the sunshine we're getting. Fishing season opened today, actually. I'm not sure what the ponds are like here. I know well up in December, or well up in January actually, there were some ponds that still had shag all or no ice in them. So people, if you're out there today and anytime during ice fishing season, please be careful. Check the ice before you go. Better safe than sorry. And there's Skidoos. The Skidoo Trail is just across the street going down through here. Snowblower stop. I think at the beginning when I started talking here, you heard a plane going overhead. I'm not far from the airport, and gander flight training. There's a lot of training flights, so we get a lot of low flying small aircrafts going right over air all day long. Usually don't pay attention to it except when I'm trying to video. Let's get back to those moose sausages. Alright guys, my new stove don't look new anymore. It looks used. I was going to get a lot of use. Glass cleans up when the fire burns away from it. See, now it's all burned in good. The blue, the top is. Put a lot of stains on it. And we'll get that chimney down now. Once it cools off. It's going to be a wall, I would think. I guess I can already give it somewhat of a review. Of course, as time goes on, we'll see how well it works. But I found it really good here today. It really gave off a lot of heat. The kettle boiled really fast. And like I say, I'm still on the first lot of wood that I really put in there. I had our stock really full. And I put the second lot in. A few extra junks just to top it up. And really holding heat. Good, nice heat coming out of it. Got those sausages cooked up. And we're going to stock her full and burn her for a little while. Burn off some of the grease that I got spilled on it from flicking out from the frying pan. But it's going to be a used stove. So stay tuned for more reviews and videos to come. Until next time, keep on burning.